Hi everyone, it's Jules, and today I'm going to be doing a collage board sort of thing. I chose this envelope because I thought maybe I could make a junk journal out of it later. And I was just showing you that I'm listening to the audiobook Fairy Tale by Stephen King. It's his newest release. I think it just came out a couple weeks ago, and I'm loving it. I love the audio. He even does one of the voices. So it is so good. And if you think Stephen King is just like horror, I gotta be careful about the way I say that word. He's usually not what you expect, in my opinion, from like his earlier work. So I think it's really good. He is very detailed, so that's why his books are usually pretty big. But the narrator is really good. So I'm really enjoying it. So I am just tearing up some jelly printing that I had done. I kind of matched them, felt like they went together some way or another, and tearing those up to make this collage board for my patrons. And then what I do is I post it on my Patreon, and they can print it off and use it themselves in one of their collages. So it's kind of, I think I said this in my Patreon, but it's a never-ending. Like I could even use a print off of this and tear it back up and use it in more collages. So anyway, I was trying to figure out how to wrap it around the edges in case I do make it into a book. I kind of wanted the edges wrapped. So it's not perfect, obviously. I saw someone make a junk journal out of an envelope like this, and it was so cool. But I do end up, you'll see here soon at some point, I do end up taping down the flap for the opening. So, but I suppose you could cut it to make a little pocket on the end. I don't know. You could do that. See here, I'm like, what should I do here? Yeah, I'm going to rip it off. So I hope you're doing well. This video, I'm going to use some paint and some stamps. So it is kind of a multimedia type collage board. And I had a lot of fun with it. I feel like sometimes I'm not in a slump as far as crafting goes, but it's kind of like if you're in a reading slump, you should, they suggest that you should pick a different genre or read something you wouldn't normally read. So it's kind of like crafting. This is not my normal type of crafting. I don't do this a ton, but I really enjoy it. And it's something a little different than my normal way I do my glue books. So I just went for a walk. It's a beautiful fall day here in Minnesota. I am thinking about everybody in Florida. Hopefully you're staying safe and will be safe. And I am thinking about you guys this week, sending good vibes your way. Trying to think of what else to talk about. I do like doing these voiceovers because then I can pay attention to what I'm doing at that moment, my gluing, pay attention to that, and then it goes faster. So the video is a lot faster. So otherwise this video would have been probably about 30 minutes if I didn't speed it up. But I do like talking, so I can kind of explain sometimes why I make certain decisions. So I started, my friend gave me a Cricut machine, and I started playing with that. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already. And that's super fun and addicting. And then I was in Joann's this week, and I saw that they make a cup, like a coffee cup mug, I guess I should say, a coffee mug Cricut. So I don't know if it puts the vinyl on it. I don't know how that works. Curious. It was like $200, not getting it, but anyway, my friend never used her Cricut. She thought she was going to make all these cool things for her employees and then just never did. So we tend to do that with each other. We'll give things to each other that we don't use or need. So she gave it to me, barely used. So that was super nice of her. And I've made these little banners for parties or like a thank you for a wedding. So that's been fun. So most of this is tissue or like rice paper, but that right there that I have in my hand is from a book. I have shown it on my channel before where I took a book that I was kind of mad at it and I made it into this really cool jelly printed junk journal. I ripped out like every third page and then I glued back. I took those pages, jelly printed on them, and glued them back on to the pages. It's a really cool book. And I started a second one because I just thought it was so cool. But so some of the things you see there are from that whole process. So excuse me, I had leftover book pages. I love jelly printing. It's one of those things though that first of all, it does make a mess. And if I start getting it all out, here I'm looking at this magazine on my left that I glue on, and I'm realizing there's images in there that are super cool, or they're duplicates that now that I'm giving my patrons magazine images, I could use them. They're duplicates for me, but they might not be for my patrons. So I'm like, have I not gone through this magazine yet? Anyway, and what I do with that magazine on the left, that I have a whole stack of magazines that I've already gone through and that I don't think I'm going to go through again, that I will glue on my pieces so that we don't get glue everywhere. So I keep finding images in this magazine. Anywho, what was I talking about before I... No, I don't remember. I'm sure when I watch this video back, it'll come to me. See, I know I have those watches, but they're super cool. But I could pass them on to my patrons. So, yeah. Pretty soon I'm going to finish up this part of the process. So this is kind of the step one, is tearing up these little pieces, collaging them together, and then I'm going to use paint and stamps over the top of it. I'm always afraid though to go to that next step because I really liked it how it was at that point. And I'm like, oh boy, am I going to ruin it by putting stuff over it? So here we go with some stamps. I don't think I ruined it. I really like it in the end. So you can let me know what you think. No rhyme or reason, just put down stuff. And then I grabbed this big old stamp. I got it on Amazon, but I think it's from Studio Calico maybe. And I just stamped on the date. All over the place, upside down. Now onto the paint. That's just a gold metallic paint. I kind of wanted to match the gold metallic that was already in the jelly prints. Now that I'm watching this video back, I like this even more than I did when I was doing it. It's really cool. Those pieces off to the right, those are canvases. The acrylic pour, I did them with acrylic pour paint method. And then what I did was take photos of them. I thought they matched really well with what I had going on here. So I made those into collage tear sheets to put with this whole collection on my Patreon. So that's why those are sitting right there. And that, what I'm working with is the cap to glue stick. Bubble wrap, which can get kind of gloppy or gloppy if you get too much paint on the thing, which you'll see. but I don't really care. I mean, it's this type of collage. You don't have to be precise or, you know, it's just about getting different elements and colors, all of that onto the page, different layers. Those are so cool. I saw somebody use them a few months ago in their jelly printing. So I was going to try it here. It didn't work as well as I thought, but I kind of like it. So in the jelly printing, you just put those all over, but you put it on your jelly, like you put down paint and then you would run that across so it looks like lines. But there you go. That is my collage board. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.